Yes, it's true. I started that too late.
Started a little bit late. Yeah, it started
It's
right
okay.
near the
It's
end
okay.
of it. Okay.
Okay. We're still, we're professionals. I just want to say that.
We are professionals.
That's all I
When
got.
we do things like that, it's on purpose, honestly.
Keeping you on your toes. A little bit
Yeah.
late, a little bit early, a little bit this, a little bit that. Hi, everybody.
Yeah. I mean, if we got everything perfect every time, people would hate us because
We are professionals.
people don't like perfection.
There's charm in the rough edges.
This is real, people.
Yeah.
We're not.
We're doing this
screwing
live.
around.
We're figuring this shit out. So enjoy it while you can.
And we're going to talk about a movie we're going to watch a trailer for Voyagers. But first, take a second to subscribe to our podcast. Our YouTube channel and podcast.
Yeah. Be sure to subscribe to both.
Yeah. And like and comment about this and all our other product. It's just
We want to hear from you.
Encyclopedia. It's growing, our library of stuff. So.
Oh, and I'd like to make an announcement. We have 5 million subscribers, but unfortunately I can't because we don't. And so what we have a goal. We'd like to reach our goal of 5 million subscribers by the end of this podcast. So tell your friends.
We will for sure tell them.
Well, how many do we really have?
That's our goal.
That's our goal. We'll get there shortly.
5 million.
5 million.
Are they coming in, or do we have a little number that we can watch?
We've actually lost a couple.
Oh.
That's just mean.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
We got some dislikes.
Some thumbs down. From the guy in the middle.
Anyway, I want to watch a trailer. How about you guys?
Yes, I'm always up for a trailer.
Let's watch. So, did you introduce it already?
It's called Voyagers. Young cast. Colin Farrell is the old guy, and it's a sci-fi thing. So we'll check it out.
It's
Voyagers,
a sci-fi thing.
Give
me a minute. You might keep talking.
Oh, okay.
Is it based on a book or something?
I don't
so many young
know.
adult things are.
I think it's it's a young cast, so I figure it might be in that vein. It's written and directed by Neil. I think his name is Berger, who directed Limitless. So looks like a fairly big budget film that's coming out in April. So I think people are looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to watching the preview.
I'm looking forward to it too, if I can figure out where it is.
All right, we'll keep stalling. You have to do this. In the biz, it's this. Keep going. Come on. All right.
You're watching the magic happen live.
I'll do some Mitch Hedberg jokes for you. I love Rice, especially when he 2000 of one thing. That's a Mitch Hedberg joke.
Okay. Ew.
Oh. Was getting injected.
This is our best chance to find a habitable planet.
That egg was.
We breed and raise our own crew.
3.
Train them in isolation to prepare them for life in space.
2.
The voyage will take 86 years.
1.
I'm scared.
Of what? There's nothing to be scared of.
I'm feeling a little assaulted by the type.
You are the link between past and future generations, and have been entrusted with the survival of our species.
They're normal kids.
I like Colin Farrell.
Sensitive and smart. I need to protect them.
There's a toxin in the water. It's coming from us. Are we eating something toxic?
It's the blue.
It's medication.
Blue.
To decrease pleasure.
Blue.
I'm not drinking it.
What does it feel like?
To feel something.
You're not feeling what I'm feeling.
What's going on?
You're drugging us.
To prevent exactly this kind of thing from happening.
System restarting. We won't ever see the planet.
I want to be honest with him. about everything.
He can't protect you.
Protect us from what?
I'm scared.
There's nothing to be scared of.
It's all
In
your
head.
Well,
Kind of a techno,
Euphoria.
high school,
Ender's
ecstasy.
Game, THX 1138, where you get off your deadening meds and discover what humanity is. And
yeah.
it's I don't know. I think I
So you
kind of know where
can't
it's going.
feel anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I like Colin Farrell.
yeah,
I like sci-fi,
yeah.
but I don't know.
I kind of felt like I've seen this before. I don't know. It's just
Are we being grumpy? Okay.
no.
It's like when some of these YA things aren't necessarily meant for maybe me. Might not be the demographic for this.
What are you
but
saying, Mark?
I'm turning 75 in a week. 700 years old, and Colin Farrell looks like he. This is my guess. He did all his work in about a weekend in one room.
Yeah. I think
Got
he
paid
was on the phone.
$500,000 and walked out of there. I don't want to be that rough on it, but it's not a movie that's aimed at me. So
Right.
like when you start bringing all that kind of techno music, it's sort of I just tune out.
Well, maybe if you haven't seen THX 1138, or you haven't seen Ender's Game, or haven't read a lot of sci-fi books about generation ships, it's like the idea of a spaceship that's going on an 87-year voyage or a 300-year voyage, and they have to do certain things in order to keep humanity alive. And there's countless science fiction stories that address that. Yeah. And this one seems like it's combining the idea, which is sort of a young adult idea, where, it would appeal to young people who feel like society, man, it's keeping us down, it's drugging us and all this. And it's like, we got to break away from our restraints of society. And I think that's the idea that appeals to younger people when they start feeling like, I don't believe all the hype and all the advertising and all this stuff. It's all lies, and we're being fed lies, and that kind of thing. We got to revolt against it and rise up.
Well, they're also like bred on this ship, and they don't know anything else, and so that kind of that's a little bit interesting. But it just feels, I guess also it just looks like something I've seen a billion times before as far as the look of it.
The production design is a little bit like pure white shiny before.
I think too, like it is this based on a book? I don't know. I feel bad.
It's based on my book, Kathy.
You're funny. Mark, what have you done? No, I think, it feels a little, maybe because it's a little YA, is that I feel like it takes a concept and makes it very basic. And so we have, there's something to the fact that a bunch of people are being drugged, especially young people, so that they don't feel anything. So that there's this sort of leveling off. So there won't be a lot of sexual tension. There won't be jealousy. There won't be violence. There won't be. So they have all these people trained to just be like these robots, which is like, why not just use robots? But whatever. So they have like a bunch of people who are leveled out. So what happens is
the human race, I guess.
Yeah. So then what happens when they take that drug away? It's like now everybody now they want like party lights and it just becomes like super like the first thing that someone would think of.
Right.
So the thing I think is interesting is that it's that sort of idea where if you don't feel anything, if you don't feel any of the bad stuff, you also aren't going to feel any of the good stuff. But a lot of times the good stuff leads to the bad stuff. So it's like they're trying to hold off the fact these people will be trapped on a spaceship for their whole lives. And they're afraid that there's going to be like probably an uprising, and there's going to be violence. And there's going to be, and so they're trying to head that off at the pass. But at the same time, I feel like there's more to say about that than it looks like what they're
Yeah.
going to say about. And it's like, oh, we're not taking the drugs, so now we can really party. And it's like, that's what you're going to do with it.
Well,
that whole idea of the lack of inhibitions always manifests in films as people having sex and partying and beating each other up and fighting and
techno
and
music.
going, "Whoa!" You know,
And also you're getting the whole arc of the film. You know,
Yeah.
at the end, obviously things go wrong and there's violence and, you know, whatever, you know, somebody opens up the hatch, don't open the pod bay doors, you know,
right,
that kind of
and it
thing.
makes
So
a statement about humanity, you know.
yeah.
As far as why are we violent and what
Yeah.
you know, what is it, you know, like we talk about Star Trek occasionally in our podcast career, and those Star Trek episodes like The Naked Time and all that, where your inhibitions are stripped away, what do you become, you know?
Yeah.
And in this, it just seems like they all become the same spring breaker, you know. And whereas in Star Trek, it amplified the person's bad side, and each person had an individual reaction. Maybe the movie does that. Maybe we only saw the spring
you don't
break
know in a
part of it,
trailer.
but
Yeah.
But
you know, it's
I saw the spring break part.
that's the part where they fly over Fort Lauderdale, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway, that's it. Voyagers. I mean, we'll see. We could be way wrong on this one.
We could be wrong. Yeah. Sometimes the people who make the trailers focus on a certain aspect of the film that they think might appeal to the demographic without, you know, taking into account people that's
happened. Yeah.
Well, the director is Neil Hamburger, which sounds like almost like a fake name.
Neil Burger.
It's not Hamburger.
Neil Hamburger. No, I'm just kidding. So it's Neil Burger. He actually directed The Illusionist, which was great.
Oh yeah. No, he's talented. So
yeah, he
we'll
did
see,
Limitless.
With
Interview with the Assassin. I'm not sure if I saw that one. A documentary or like a fake documentary. So Neil Hamburger is his name.
Oh my god!
Well, I will say this about
never heard that before, and now you've started this whole thing with him, and people are going to start calling him Neil Hamburger now, and that's terrible, Kathy.
I will say this about Burke. It's true. Like sometimes they cut a trailer and they just sort of, you know, they do a bait and switch.
Yeah.
Like there's a movie called The Empty Man that is, you know, it's like a horror movie. It's cut like a horror movie, but the movie's not that at all. It's completely different. So, oh jeez. Kathy needs some protein. Get her hamburger stuff. But
I did really like.
I'll check it out. You know,
I mean, it looks like a good production. I mean, it looks, you know, again, you know, we're making films in a different era with the pandemic. It looks like it was a very closed, you know, idea inside a set. Probably very very small crew.
A little bit of green screen in there, I think.
Yeah, definitely some green screen for sure.
Yeah. And I like Sheridan. He's a good actor.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he'd be fine. I really like Colin Farrell, but I do probably feel like again, like you said, a little bait and switch, or probably not as much Colin Farrell as we're gonna want. There'd be a lot more about these obnoxious teenagers. Okay, we sound like cranky old people.
Hopefully, it's a better movie than the trailer is letting us see.
I hope so.
That's what I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna give it a shot because Neil Burger's best. Yeah, Neil Burger's a good director. Illusionist was great, so I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna keep an open mind.
Think of that. And give us a shot.
Please give us a shot. A vaccine, please.
Yeah.
Give us a like and a subscribe.
I don't like.
Now I trashed a movie everyone wants to see. Be sure and subscribe.
Oh, we didn't trash it. We were just
we're just giving our
of the trailer.
Yeah, the trailer, you know, let's talk about the trailer. You know, at the beginning, they had this type coming in. It seemed really preachy to me. I felt like the copy was written in a very kind of assaultive way. It was kind of like blaming us for something we hadn't even seen yet. I'm like, okay. So, you know, it was a little over the top that way. And I felt the copy was kind of going against what the movie maybe is about, but we'll see.
And remember, we're reviewing the trailer. We're not reviewing the movie.
Yes, the movie might be good.
Yeah.
Trailers.
And it's a sci-fi movie, so I will probably watch it.
It's sci-fi.
Yeah,
we love our sci-fi.
Yeah, we do.
All right, then.
All right.
Always fun. Always interesting.
Us.
The Earth is invaded by by indestructible moon monsters.